If you're a commissioner or developer of housing for older people, how do you know how much is needed over the next 15 or 20 years to meet the likely demand in your area? At the Housing Learning Improvement Network and Elderly Accommodation Council, we have developed in partnership with industry leaders, the Department of Health and ADAS, the national umbrella body for Directors of Social Services, an online analysis tool that helps you to predict demand and supply for future housing for older people, known as Shop App. Shop App is now available for free on our website, and the next few clips will give you more of an understanding on how you can use it in your locality.
Shop App was developed to make sure that older people's housing and care services were fully represented in key planning forums and capital investment decision making. Planners and commissioners need the answers to the key questions what, where and when for older people's housing services. They're not interested in long detailed reports. What they want to know is how many beds do we need in Woodbridge in 3 years' time, or how many beds we need in Felixstowe next year, and to prioritise between the different options for different service development.
We tried to think about what information commissioners or planners or developers might actually need to develop specialist housing for older people. This included a few basic facts, so kind of what is the estimated demand for specialist housing for older people in the local area, and this could be at a district level or a unitary level or even at a lower level than that. We also needed to know what current capacity was actually available in those areas to meet the current need, and whether or not that was actually an oversupply or an undersupply, to think about building the right level of service for the right people in the right area.
Shop makes use of census data and projections through for the next 25 years. The particular contribution my own organisation, EAC, Elderly Accommodation Council, makes to the project is information about existing provision for older people. And it draws on 20 years' work of documenting extra care housing, assisted living, retirement villages, traditional sheltered and retirement housing, abbey fields, almshouses, and registered care homes to provide a comprehensive picture for most localities in England and Wales of what exists at the moment in terms of options for older people.
So who's Shop App really useful for? There are three main audiences. The first is local authority and housing associations who are developing their market position statements and want a better understanding on the future supply and demand of housing for an ageing society in their areas. The second is commissioners and planners who are faced with developing strategic plans and need a better understanding of the land availability and inward investment needed for housing an ageing society. And lastly, third sector and private sector developers who want to look at a variety of tenure options that can provide independent living for an ageing population.
As a housing provider, organisations like Orbit need accurate and reliable information. The Shop App tool gives us that data. We need information to go to our commissioners and to our partners to assess which communities we want to invest in.
What we look forward to as we develop the Shop tool is working with providers and commissioners to ensure that we meet their needs. Certainly they can help us refine existing EAC data sets, but they can also tell us what else would be useful in their strategic planning. For example, a prime candidate might be data on local supply, existing supply of home care services. At the end of the day, Shop is a tool to help the market in older people's services and accommodation to develop more rapidly. And what we would hope come out of that is that older people in all parts of the country in a few years' time will have access to much broader range of choices to meet their needs than they have at present.
Whatever market you work in, Shop App provides you the most up-to-date information so that you will have the analysis at your fingertips. Check out our website. It's free.